I think the guy kind of had it coming.
Oh, I mean,
he totally had it coming.
Yeah, the guy,
as we see later.
Yeah. You know, no, I'm talking about the guy that got shot. Because the dude shouldn't have been popping up like a whack-a-mole or something. You know, like
the doctor.
Yeah. That was the doctor. Yeah, he had it coming, man.
Don't shoot me.
You know, thing is, if y'all wearing a shirt from dtmerch.com, I would remember you every time. I mean, who can forget that classic shirt with the black shirt with the white logo right there? I mean, if you were wearing an Artist of the Month shirt, I'd be like, oh, I met you in October.
Yeah.
Who can forget this vibrant backpack right here? If you're wearing that, I remember you.
That backpack's nice.
Who am I? You're the guy with the backpack. I know some of y'all gonna come back because that toasted goodness is just too good for you. And when you do, and you subscribe, you can do it many ways. Try your Amazon account. It's just sitting there. You ain't doing nothing with it. And use our Amazon Pay button. Put your username, your password in there. Press enter, and ooh, Jesus feels that toasted goodness. Look at him. Oh my God!
There you go.
all of the toasted,
the holy toasty goodness.
The holy toast. Let's talk about Halloween. This weekend, Halloween made a lot of money. We'll talk about how much it made in a little while, courtesy of Sammy over here. But let's just say that a lot of people went out to see it this weekend, and a lot of people seem to have had a good time.
Killed 3 innocent teenagers on a Halloween in 1978.
He's like, don't worry, I'm going to get that shit back. Keep fucking around.
Just want to thank you for bringing it to me.
Yeah. This is a spoiler talk that we're going to have about Halloween. And we're having this because, you know, usually every now and then when there's a movie this big where a lot of people are going to see it, and it's now become sort of culturally relevant in a way that by this weekend, everybody's talking about it. By Sunday today, everybody's talking about it. So it's kind of safe to say that there's probably not that many people who don't want to hear the spoiler talk, because people who didn't see it, one, you're probably not going to listen, you're going to walk away. Two, you're planning on seeing it, and you maybe don't want to have it spoiled for you, but then maybe you'll stick around because some people, they get off on spoilers, man.
Mm-hmm. Do they?
You know, do you remember we were kids and we would hear spoilers and it would make us want to hear them, go watch the movie even more?
Well, because we were probably not going to get to see the movie.
That is true. That is true. It took like 2 years.
You had somebody who saw it and they came back like Prometheus with the fire, just like, all right, let me sit around the campfire. Let me tell you guys what happened.
Oh yeah, especially if it was like the big brother that took your friend to like see a rated R movie, and you know you weren't gonna see it because your mom wasn't gonna let you see it. And then plus it would take 2 years to come out on HBO or video. So you know you said just fuck it, just go ahead and tell me.
Yeah.
Or you don't care. You don't give a shit about the movie. So, you know, you're not planning on going to see it. And if you do watch it, you probably forget about what we said. With this film, go ahead and let everybody know what the ratings are amongst the group right here. I gave it a matinee. Martin also gave it a matinee. And you gave it
full price.
Full price. And that is what we're going to discuss. What is it about Sammy that made him give it a full price? What is it about us? What did we see with this movie that everybody loves that made us cut back on giving it that higher rating? And we'll also try to figure out what, if they are truly planning on a sequel, what they could do to not fall into the traps of what they did before.
If.
Well, you know. Had to put it out there, man. You never know. And it's just wishful thinking on my part. I just leave this alone. I can't bring myself to say when. I can't do it at all, man. I want them to stop right here. But you know, everybody's saying we'll see a sequel at some point. So we're going to discuss what this could do to avoid all the bad movies that they did with the previous franchise. And I'm going to start with you, Sammy. Came back excited. Now, you explain the thing about the trauma in the movie with what's her name? Laurie Strode, but what's the actor's name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, man. Jamie Lee Curtis was so good in this. But what is it about because you did a very quick review when you were on our show. What is it about the trauma that went on with her that made you like the movie so much?
It's an interesting side element where you go, okay, horror movies happen and like, you know, there's a slasher, there's a monster, whatever, and then they just stop. They go, okay, the monster's out there, whatever. Here it was like, no, this is a physical thing that is still out there, that's still in prison, that still exists. And in her head, she has real trauma. 3 of her friends were murdered. The guy tried to murder her. She had, was in the closet hiding. And so you have this story that they kind of fill in here where it's 40 years of her just waiting for him to get out. And even she knows that the next time they move him or if they do anything, he will escape because that is what she's experienced. And so that little bit of buildup and having seen the first one right before, it's a really good tandem when you haven't seen the ones in the beginning. Or in the middle, I'm sorry, like 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know something, man? That actually, after thinking about this movie, some of the things that I was talking about did either make more sense or they were enhanced by me thinking more, reflecting more on the film. One of those things you just mentioned was you talking about how she's like, look, some dumbass gonna try to move this son of a bitch.
Right. I've seen this too many times.
And that's what it was. See, I thought in the movie, when I saw the trailer for this, I saw the trailer and I thought it was one of those tropes, those old cliches of, oh my God, the bus had a wreck. We were like trying to avoid a skunk or something. And then they just crashed. It's like, nah, Michael Myers was waiting on this shit for years.
Right. And there was even implied that the doctor helped, right?
Yeah.
There was an implication that he was there too.
Yeah, so. It was just kind of like somebody gonna try to move him. And that's why Michael like, I can wait 40 years. Somebody gonna fuck up out there.
One of these days.
Yeah, and when they moved him, that's when I thought that he was just waiting on that moment. That's when he took over the bus. There's a lot of things I think about that people told me about that made me think about the film in a deeper way. I was talking to somebody that said something that scared me with this, and they, we weren't like people just anticipating to be scared. We didn't want any kind of jump scares. It was the whole thing of on Halloween night, all these people leaving their doors open, and they're like, you know what? If somebody just wants to, because today people, I told you about this. People have a false sense of security in the suburbs.
Sure.
I always tell y'all, man, and people think I'm lying. If you buy a house, make sure it's zombie proof. Because if you can stop zombies, you could probably stop Michael Myers.
Well, they do move at the same speed.
Yeah, exactly. You can at least hear him rumbling at the door and run. Get security system. Get some shatterproof windows, because somebody told me, they said what scared me is the way people don't lock their doors, and if a guy wants to just come in and walk into your house and kill you,
sure,
he can just kill you. Like he left one house.
Yeah, just went to the next one.
And he was like the mailman of death. He just went from one house to the next.
Right.
The thing about Michael Myers is that it's not that somebody can just walk up in your house. What you realize is that it's civility that's protecting people. And this movie's kind of a statement on that, is that people don't want to go into your house and kill you because they are scared of repercussions. They are scared of getting caught.
Sure.
They are scared of going to jail. And Michael Myers is somebody that doesn't give a fuck. Michael Myers is like, look, I've been in chains for the last 40 years. I've been on that plantation. I'm good. This is a guy that just wants to kill. So for him to go into somebody's house with no fear of any kind of repercussions for him, that was a scary thought for me. Like, somebody just doesn't care. They can just walk up in your house and kill you at some point.
Yeah.
This is like at 6:30 in the evening too. 6:30 or 7
night.
on Halloween night.
So I know everyone's thinking, oh, he's got in a costume, whatever, holding a real knife, but they're not thinking. Nobody really looks at everything at once. So he could just be in the background in all these other people's minds, and all this shit is happening.
Yeah.
And no one cares.
Yeah.
Or no one knows.
Yeah, but he did seem to scope it out as if he went, all right, it's just a woman, no adult male figure here. I got this.
I think what he saw, he was walking by. I don't even think he thought about it, because I don't think Michael Myers, they showed that he doesn't think that deep. I think he was walking by, he saw a tool shed and thought, is there a weapon in here? I think, I admire this movie a lot more because I think they did a lot more to actually take they call the character the Shape. For something that's supposed to be a mindless shape that's going through killing people, I think they added more depth to this character.
Right. But a lot of people said that this movie took away some of this character. Actually, I was talking to people after the show or after the movie, and they were saying that, well, like in the second one where John Carpenter was involved with it. It was saying like, oh, it was Laurie's sister, and that's why he has this connection with her. But they got rid of that. They retconned that in this one.
Yeah.
So they're saying, so why does he kill? What is, other than just to kill, why is he after Laurie? And I had my own theory, but it's like the main motivation, what is that other than just to be a murderer?
Well, but what? So what is that for you?
So my theory is that since Laurie was the first woman he saw back in town once he escaped, when she dropped the mail underneath the door the first time they meet, I think that got him imprinted on her like his sister. So he needs to kill her to satisfy the craving. That's my theory, but
In the movie where you have Laurie Strode, she's the one that got away. And not a lot of people get away. You know, Mike Myers said, people don't get away from me. You know, I'm the slowest motherfucker in the world, yet I catch everybody.
If nothing, he's a completist.
Yeah, and a lot of people said that that's what it was. Like that was the one that got away before he got caught that night. That's it's not that it was imprinted that was his sister. That was imprinted on, I have to kill her. That was my last thing to do before I got taken away. And that's why he's back that night. Like once, like I think an interesting theory is once he kills her, what will happen after that?
Right.
Will he want to kill some more? Will his job be done?
it's like the dog catching his tail. What happens, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So why is he killing all these other people besides her?
Because he has such a desire to kill and such pure evil that anything that gets in his way is going to die. But his biggest goal, you know, the big fish, is Laurie Strode. He's a psychopath, so he's going to kill no matter what to get. Like, it's just like, did he have to kill that woman to get that knife? One, he could have just waited for that woman to make her sandwich and go to bed and take the knife.
Yeah.
No, I'm Michael Myers. I kill. I leave bodies as my calling card. You know, that's what he does.
And even the therapist went on to say, like, oh, what does he feel when he kills? What is his reaction? How does he feel every time he makes a kill? So it might have to do something with that.
So why does he kill the babysitter?
That's a good question. Let me think about that,
Relief?
'cause I have to put that together.
Because that was one of the things that was bugging me was what's his motivation to kill? You bring that up. It's he wants to kill Laurie because she's his sister. No, she's not his sister. Okay. Well, he wants to kill her because she was the one that he didn't kill before. Okay, why is he killing other people? No, he wants to kill. He was the babysitter killer. So that's why he's killed the babysitter. Okay, but then why people who aren't babysitters is he killing?
Oh, because she wanted to have sex. He hates fucking. That's right. I forgot that. That's a main element. He hates fucking.
Yeah, you know what? Because in the first movie, did he see his sister having sex?
He saw his sister having sex or implied sex, and then the other couples who were having sex or trying to have sex. So
why does he kill the babysitter? And then when he kills the babysitter, why does he dress up like a Halloween decoration?
he did it in the first one.
He did in the first one, and Carlos and I were talking. He's like, he's so imprinted on that day. Like he's not. He's kind of close to being a mindless killing machine. But there's certain things that mean something to him that triggers him.
Yeah.
You know, Halloween. He'll do this because Halloween means something to him. That's that's probably the only thing that really kind of makes sense to him.
That's the
Is
last
that
thing,
yeah?
That's the last thing he saw before he was in prison for his entire childhood.
Yeah.
He was a Halloween night. He stabbed his sister, and then they took him away. So he probably saw somebody in a sheet being a ghost, and was like, "That's all I have from the outside world."
So why kill the drunk kid?
Because that's what he.
fuck him.
Yeah, that's what. You talking about the drunk kid that was about to have sex with the girl?
No, well, he wasn't about to have
Oh,
sex
the
with
chubby
her.
kid.
Yeah. The chubby
because he was trying to fuck. You can't even try to fuck around Mike.
Yeah. No, that is true, man.
He's a creep. Well, that guy was just a creep.
They established him as a creep. He was trying to fuck, and he was in the way. It's like, look, man. Mike is like, hey, listen, this is too easy. I got you in a cage. You're trapped. You tried to climb a fence. He's
drunk.
like, yeah, you're drunk.
So that was opportunity.
Oh, and by the way, sex and drinking in these movies, and these guys, David Gordon Green and Danny McBride, they're fans enough of these slasher movies to where they're playing around with these rules in a way that's not being satirical, or that's not being obvious, like Scream. Yeah. It's like we're working this into the story in subtle ways. That guy's been drinking. He's obviously drunk. He's close to being a fucking rapist. So it's like
every good guy out there. I thought you'd give me a chance.
And they always have that in those movies too, where you got these guys who were being a little too overzealous with these girls, and he was that guy, man.
But then he wanted to kill the girl too.
He wanted to. Which girl? The
main girl.
Laurie's granddaughter.
Oh yeah. Well, he's like, well, you related to her.
well, which is it? I'm killing drunk kids, or man, I'm killing you to save her from you, and now I will kill her.
Listen, it's like I said, everything in his path. Michael Myers is a killing machine. Everything in his path, he's going to kill. That girl was on his way to getting her. He has a bloodlust. He has a thirst for death.
And he did snap the neck of a little kid. Like that was like the first thing he did in this movie.
Now
that shit was fucked.
No, it was.
Yeah.
How was that scene? If y'all saw the movie, he they made it clear, and I like that scene because it says that Michael Myers, he don't give a fuck, man. And it's funny too because they set up one of the things with these scenes that they do. Martin said they set up some of these scenes with a joke. Mm-hmm. You remember that kid was talking about, but daddy, I just want to dance.
Dance is my thing. I like hunting, but dancing is my thing, Dad.
He's like, I promise next time I go hunting with you, but I want to dance, daddy. And I'm like, this boy's dead. So I said, if Michael Myers don't kill him, his daddy will. But they set it up. That's one of the awkward things. How'd you feel about that? Since you love the movie so much, they did these awkward things where they set up a joke, which that was funny.
Right, that was funny. That was the thing. You know me, I'm a sourpuss on jokes in movies, like just putting jokes for the sake of it. But every single one they did in here fucking worked somehow. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the tone of the entire movie. Maybe the fact that we all knew that it wasn't taking itself so seriously. But like that moment right there was just kind of thrown in to build up this scene and lull you into kind of a distracted mode. So when you get to the scene, you go, oh shit. So it kind of just brought you up. It provided a little bit of tension before it took you right to a part where a kid shoots a dude for real and then gets his neck snapped.
Oh,
that's dark. That's really dark.
That was a quick descent into darkness because I think the reason why they had some of these characters joke around, instead of doing some sappy drama, man, what endears you to a character is when you get a good laugh from them.
Right.
Sure.
The moment you see somebody, you can be polite or somebody, you tell a joke to somebody, probably people gonna walk away saying, you know, I like that guy.
Yeah, no, you can't be so dark all the time. You can't just have him just slicing throats and doing this because you're just on a downward descent. So you have something like a kid like, oh, I want to learn how to dance, Dad. Like it gives you a little bit of levity to then be like, all right, now it's time to knock you back down a little bit more.
And when you laughed at that kid, it was like, I like this kid, man. He just wants to dance.
Yeah.
You know, he made me laugh. Yeah. So it made you feel worse when that kid got killed. We're talking about the part, the kid in the truck. And if that was cold when he shot that dude.
Well,
but you know, it was funny too because everybody knew it was gonna happen.
I didn't, because I was just like, he's gun trained. He's like a kid from the South or whatever, I guess North. But like, he's walking around, Daddy, where are you? Sees a guy and takes a shot because there's all these crazy people.
I think the guy kind of had it coming.
Oh, he totally had it coming.
Yeah, the guy,
as we see later.
Yeah. You know, no, I'm talking about the guy that got shot. Because the dude shouldn't have been popping up like a whack-a-mole or something. You know, like
the doctor.
Yeah. That was the doctor. Yeah. He had it coming, man.
Don't shoot me.
Ow.
He hears the kid with a gun walking around, cocking that shit. Daddy, where are you? He gonna pop up like, hello. I would have blown his ass away too.
Bing. Like an arcade game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a fucking whack-a-mole and shit. What's his name? Dr. Sartain. But that's a comic book insane asylum name. Hello, I'm Dr. Sartain.
And they all talk like, he talks just
Which
like
rhymes
Loomis.
with insane.
Halleck Bilginer.
Jesus.
Damn, who can't even smile when he's taking normal pictures. Hello, snap the photograph. But this dude, I just thought that he was one of the things that I didn't like in the movie.
Yeah.
Because it was obvious before. That's why I didn't laugh at that joke. Oh, you're the new Loomis. It's like, yeah, we've been seeing that for the last hour and a half because he's talking with a British accent, like Donald Pleasance does.
Right.
With the hard to detect accent too. It's like, it's kind of British, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounded like it could have been part Italian or something.
Yeah, and he comes up with that same accent. You know, it's like they obviously meant to have another Donald Pleasance.
No, we must protect him.
No.
To see what he's all about.
We must protect him. We must study him.
I want to see him in the wild.
Get your fake British accent. And so when that laugh came up, and they're like, "Oh, you're the new Loomis," and not only was it obvious, and they didn't have to say it because I would have thought it was better had they just kind of hinted like, okay, there's this guy who is walking around with the same crazy accent like the first guy. And I thought it would be funny they just don't explain his origin. He's just there.
Just there.
But when somebody said, when Jamie Lee Curtis said, "You're the new Loomis," somebody behind me was just kind of like, not only did they laugh, like, look, it's what you did was fine.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just like
chuckle.
Whatever.
But somebody was like,
yeah, that's too far.
I get that. They like the movie got so it took these insane turns where this character, the new Loomis, Doctor the crazy whatever his name is, Sartain or whatever.
Sartain.
How'd you feel when he put on the mask himself and was like, "I know how you feel now, Michael"?
He's a crazy maniacal guy. Like, I knew he was gonna turn. Like I did know. I was like, yeah, he's waiting for the moment to let him free. And then he stabbed the dude in the eye. I was like, oh shit. And then he put on the mask. And I was like, whoa, is he gonna start killing people now? But then then that was solved right away. So I was like, that's it.
I loved his death. I love when he got that size 17 on his head. And just
Kool-Aid came out.
Turned his shit into jelly, man.
That story of Ricky moment.
Yeah, turn his shit into jello, man. I was like, that was the moment where I said, I'm glad this movie's not getting too gory, but that was one I was like, that's a good kill. Because there were some kills that disturbed me. Like the one that was done off screen. The one where the woman died off screen, with the one where I kept showing here, where the woman, like I thought that was more disturbing than anything. Because again, it goes back to the whole horror where it leads it to your imagination. And all you heard were the sounds of her head getting beat in.
Oh yeah.
Well, it seemed like the kills in the early part were very dark and disturbing, and then it turned when you got to the one where you dressed the girl up like a Halloween ghost. And that point on, they were more like those fun, goofy
classic
kills.
ones.
Yeah, Michael goes to the bathroom and drop those teeth on that girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, and when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's great for the trailer because you know somebody caught it bad for him to get them teeth. Somebody got some bad dentistry that day. Going back to Loomis over here, one of the things that I thought the movie, while it was comic and intentionally in some parts, I thought some parts were over dramatic. When he put on that mask, that Michael Myers mask, it was the way he popped up when he put it on.
Yeah.
When he put on it like,
No, because he's still wearing his like brown suit and shit. So it just
he still had
weird.
an arm cast on. It's like, I thought, that's. I'm glad they got that character out the way.
Yeah,
I did not like.
I
that.
was happy that they made all that quick because when he did that whole turn, I was like, say what?
Yeah,
and then it just seemed kind of silly with him putting the mask on, and I was like, oh, this wasn't the tone this was going for.
My biggest thing is near the end.
Or the ending itself.
The ending, the ending itself. I didn't like it because listen, I know they got to leave things open for a sequel, and I thought they did it really sloppy. Because I thought, like, okay, if somehow he just got away and they missed him, then that's fine. They couldn't find him. They were this close to like really like finalizing things, putting a bullet in his head. But if everybody remembers the end, Laurie Strode and her daughter, Jamie Lee Curtis is the character, and her daughter and her granddaughter, they got Michael Myers. They got him trapped.
Yeah.
Michael Myers looking at them.
Right. He's not even trying to move.
He's not like, no, I wish you would pull that trigger. And they don't. They just, they leave to let him burn to death. And if this woman had been if Laurie Strode was so terrified
and prepared.
So prepared to the point she's making a nuclear war bunker to prepare for a man. It's like, then when you see that man, you got a clear shot, you blow his fucking head off.
Right. He'd have been like a fish in a barrel. All three of them just firing on it.
Right. Yeah. And they didn't take the shot. And then what do we see? They just leave him to burn, and they walk away and they show that basement. He's like, he's gone.
Well, here's the thing. I thought, since we're doing spoilers, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, because there's a point when Laurie's looking through the house for Michael, and she sees the blood trail, and it's following. It's like, oh, I shot him. It's him. She gets up there and realizes that it was Judy Greer's, her daughter's husband, in the closet, and he's not dead. He's hurt, but he's like, So she sets the house on fire so they can leave. I was like, wait. The guy, he's still up there alive. They just burned his ass.
You heard him make noise? Because I didn't.
You talking about her
husband?
Yeah.
No, they killed him.
They killed him. He was dead.
They killed him.
Because I swore I saw him moving around like.
Oh, he's gone, man.
Nah, he was just folded up in the cabinet.
Yeah, no, he's gone. No, they didn't.
I was like,
oh, that would have been funny. Hey, wait a minute!
They didn't give a damn.
No.
You're the fucking killers. No.
Right.
And I will give you this: that babysitter. I'm trying to find reasons for it because I'm putting a lot of reasons out there, but that is one of the moments where with the babysitter, it was just they did it because it's a throwback. He has to kill a babysitter.
Okay.
Because that's what happens.
So I was like, why her? And she was cool. That we had that whole setup with her and the kid. And I know it makes you like them, so it hurts more when she dies. But I was so like, why did you pick her?
Well,
she was fucking. That's why. That's
my reason. But you know what? I would give you this. It's not a good reason if you just do it because these are the rules. If it doesn't fit within the story. Like somebody told me my biggest complaint about Mike in the movie is that he was driving. And somebody said, well, he drove in the first one. And I said, did it make sense in the first one? Like, no. And I was like, well, don't make any sense here either. And plus, I get why you didn't want her to die, man. Because she was actually kind of cool. Like usually people in these slasher movies, what I liked about the movie is that they made fun of the reasons why like slasher movies don't work today. Like that one guy who got killed, the guy that was about to have sex with the babysitter here.
Yeah.
The guy said like, why does anybody care about this dude and these people that he killed? It was 5 people. You know how many people die today? You know how many bad things happen? And it was kind of a self-awareness of why the slasher movies don't really work that well today. But I tell you this, that's another thing they turned around though. Normally the babysitter is kind of bitchy, but she was cool, which like you said, man, it makes it harder for you to see her death. And that kid
was great.
That kid is awesome.
Great. I heard you laughing in the theaters. You were 2 rows, 3 rows down below me, and I saw you cracking.
No, he's hilarious. I'm
gonna tell you something. I hope this kid goes on to big things because not only he's hilarious, but like he was the only black person in the movie who was in danger.
Yeah,
and he gave a reaction like a real Negro would. He like he ran past that dude like shit, fuck this, you gonna die. He really looked at the boyfriend. He was like, hey man, you dead.
Yeah, come on with me.
I did have one problem with the movie though. I was like, man, it's a little nitpick, but I was a little upset about it. They didn't kill the jackass boyfriend, the one that threw her phone in the pudding. Fuck that dude.
Oh, that's right. They
never
didn't kill
killed
him.
They killed every other person.
Yeah, all
but
these
him.
other people. I was like, really, Mike? You gonna pass him up and
Yeah.
go after all these others?
He's the
Like-
biggest drinker and biggest fornicator. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, as far as drinking and fornicating, he could have just. Michael Myers could have just gone to that prom and walked slowly and got a huge body count.
That is true. That would have been efficient.
Yeah.
Being at the ending was kind of agreed a little bit of a real stretch at getting the sequel. Mm-hmm. What can you do since you loved it so much? What can you do to keep this franchise from going into sequel territory like it was with the original franchise?
Oh shit, that's a hard question. What you do is you keep Laurie alive for as long as possible. Just keep bringing her back, unless you want to get crazy and kill her like right away in the next one, where it's like something happens or she just dies. That might even be better, where she just dies of old age or she dies of stress, heart attack, whatever, and then it just gets moved down to where like, hey, what does Michael do? And then you play with what Michael does when she's gone. Mm-hmm. Then you explain that element of it. Because if we're asking all these questions about why is he doing this, why is he killing, give him a reason. Find a reason why or make up a reason why. Because if you kill Laurie off, then it's like, okay, well, it wasn't just that. That's why he killed everybody else.
Yeah.
So I say you play with that, why he does it.
I would take Laurie out of the picture and have him start over elsewhere, except this time it'd be people who were not her, but just kind of not so much ready for him, but people who aren't such victims, where they do fight back.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I'm asking you guys.
I mean, honestly, in an environment that is aware of these kind of things.
Yeah,
because he operates on the fact that the element of surprise. I mean, sure, he's got his strength, but it's also the element of surprise. He seems to be where, despite the fact that he had killed before, there's still people who are like, oh, what is this?
The chat is saying he should fight Jason Voorhees in the next one. That's what we're trying to keep from going with this. Then I think explore the character a little bit more.
Right.
Because it's still things that we don't understand. Mm-hmm. I always say, in Aliens, what was so great about it? It expanded on Alien. Mm-hmm. How you expand on a slasher, I don't know. But there's still questions to be answered. Why did he pass up a baby?
Yeah.
A baby and all those little kids.
And some other kids. What makes him like target people from others, Mm-hmm. And again, put them in an element where those questions are explored. But yeah, we get into something where we got to force it, and we start putting these dumbass subplots.
Oh, he's a demon, or there's
like
a
cult
Pazuzu's inside him. Or something.
Yeah, there's a cult that controls him or something. Whatever you do, keep the supernatural out of it.
Yeah.